Hello and welcome to the Philatelic Club Archives video in the Reminiscence of Philately video series. My name is Sanuka Wanasinghe and I will be your host for this episode. Reminiscence of Philately is a project organized by the Royal College Philatelic Club where we uncover the story behind philately. Usually, in our episodes, we interview certain personnel behind the creation of certain aspects of philately like coins, stamps and notes. In this episode, adapting to that, we thought of diving into the history of Royal College Philatelic Club as well. In this episode, we are honoured with the presence of Mr.Dharshana Ranatunga and Mr. Sanath Wickramasinghe. Mr.Dharshana Ranatunga started collecting stamps as a young collector under the guidance of late H.P. Jayawardena, the then principal of Royal Junior School. Past president of Royal College Philatelic Society, he is currently a member of Scouts on Stamps Society International and a badge examiner for stamp collector and philatelic badges for Sri Lanka Scouts Association, Colombo District Branch. And Mr. Sanath Wickramasinghe, born in Gaul, received his education at Mahinda College, Gaul. Even in his school days, he was an envious philatelist and scout. While he was doing his A-level examinations, he got the opportunity to design a stamp commemorating Sir Baden Powell. Designing that stamp made him the youngest stamp designer in Sri Lanka to this day, designing it at age 18. Since that day, he has designed over 160 stamps, including stamps such as 2000 Sydney Olympic stamp, the Sir Arthur C. Clarke stamp, and our very own, the 125th Battle of the Blues encounter stamp. Winning many awards and acknowledgements along the way, along with philately, he has continued his love and passion for scouting and is currently the leader, trainer in the Sri Lanka Scout training team. So now, without further ado, let's get going with the questions. Our guest today, Mr. Dharshana Ranatunga, is an avid philatelist and served college as the president of the Royal College Philatelic Society. Sir, please share with our viewers today your experiences gathered as a leader of a philatelic association.
Thank you, Sanuka, for that lovely introduction. Talking about my experience as a leader, actually when you become one of the office bearers of a club or society, you get an opportunity of learning a lot of new skills. And one of them is being able to build up your confidence, working with others, and helping others as well. So the Philatelic Club itself gave me the opportunity of meeting with the principal, then the officials of the Philatelic Bureau, the Postal Department, and that helped me to build up my confidence, being able to discuss things with them, get them to help me. Then also working with the members, being able to understand them and let them grow and get them to work with you to achieve your goals. So it was an unofficial lesson of management which helped me in my career.
Thank you very much, sir. And moving on to Mr. Sanath Wickramasinghe. Sir, for a long time you have been a person that has closely associated with the Royal College Philatelic Club. How did this close bond begin and what made you intend to continue helping the club in the years forward?
Actually, I remember when you are 60 years celebration of Philatelic Club, I got opportunity to join with you and work with you. And in 2004, and I got opportunity Royal Tomian 125th big match stamps also. It was my first attempt. Then after that, 175th year anniversary, we select few designs out of your members. Then I got the layout background and your design illustration done by your own royalist. So then I'm very happy to work with you as a Asia South Asia region oldest school philatelic society like Royal Philatelic Society. So I'm really interesting your enthusiasm, how to get give a publicity and popularity among the other stamp collectors.
Okay, so thank you very much, sir. And again to Mr. Darshan Ranatunga. Before becoming the president of the association, as a young boy, how did your passion and interest for philately begin? Was there a significant occasion where you turned towards philately?
Yeah, my father used to have some stamps with him. He was not a philatelist as such, but he used to collect. And then and I used to observe him, and that which actually it's his enthusiasm that rubbed off on me, and then he handed everything over to me once I started collecting.
Okay, sir. And back to Mr. Sanath Rohana. The current club logo, actually the one that I'm wearing now, was designed by you, sir. So please be kind enough to explain to us the history that comes with this logo and the process of creating it.
Yeah, it also simultaneously with your 60th anniversary Diamond Jubilee stamp exhibition. Then I realized very simply uh, your college crest, basic your college crest, hold by some perforation, uh, two lines with the philatelic definition, and I adopt the Arial condensed font philatelic society and established 1944. So actually I am very happy to give this freedom to design me, and I want to thank Mrs. Jayasuriya, she is the, and Mr. Your student president, Mr. Jayanta Soisa. Those two encouraged me to design this logo.
Okay, so thank you very much for that, sir. And we are so glad for having this logo. And again to Mr. Darshan Ranatunga.
Thank you.
The Royal Philippines magazine, which we proudly publish yearly, has a rich history on its own, dating back to your years as the president of the club. How exactly did this project come up, and what was the idea behind the invention of the magazine?
I think it was the year 1981-82, and he was elected the president, and secretary I think was Mr. Dharmavardhana. And I had this passion for writing anyway, and while doing scouting under Silver Troop, we had a magazine called Elimahan Jivita and the Bal Daksha in Sinhala. That was a small book template that we did, and that inspired me to bring it on to the Philatelic Club as well. And so with the exhibition we had, that I think was probably the third exhibition, because the first two was 1954 and 19. I don't know whether there was anything in between because we couldn't find any records, so we revived it, and then with the exhibition.
It is actually older than like before. This was there before your started.
Which one?
The Royal Felix magazine.
No, the Felix magazine was that year. They started in 19.
Oh.
So the second one I have, but I don't have the first copy. So.
Okay.
So.
Thank you very much, sir. And back to you, sir. The 125th Battle of the Blues cricket encounter commemoration stamp was also hand-drawn and designed by you, sir. As a stamp representing a famous occasion, a school, and Sri Lanka as a country, a lot of responsibility was placed on your shoulders. Please explain to us the story behind the creation of this iconic stamp.
Yeah, actually it's because little bit of challenge for me with we always, it's not only get one party, because I had to visit St. Thomas's also, and with their stamp club and Royal Stamp Club, and both school all boys association. I remember Captain Ajit Piris was the president of the Royal organizing committee, and David Ponnaya was the rector of the St. Thomas's, and Mr. Upali Gunasekara was the principal. For with collecting those all views, and my challenge was to depict a good background picture of the cricket match, because it was very challenging, because bowler, batting, wicket keeping, and all actions I very carefully maintained to hand drawn, placed in the nice view, and background scoreboard was Tamil Union background ground first your 100 match, and actually uh, it was a great opportunity to me because in school days I'm also while I was a scout and as well as a cricketer. Under 13 to under 16, I played for Mahinda College cricket. So then, as a cricketer, as a scouter, and as a philatelist, it was all together. I got the good view and with the two logos and with the color strips and especially Philately Bureau uh, encouraged me to design in the frame of square shape because it's a very helpful me to give a good stamp design. So it is a landmark of the Royal College history and
Right.
as well as St. Thomas's.
Yes, you mentioned the Tamil Union ground, so that day it was played at the
Oval,
Oval.
yes.
Oval.
Oval.
Okay. It's like when we were small,
It's
it
called
was
Oval
always
ground.
played at
It's a
HFC.
Saranuttu
Yeah,
ground.
it's an oval.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. And back to Mr. Ranatunga. So speaking of the Philately Club, the name Mr. Dharshana Ranatunga comes up to every club member, from judging the exhibits at the annual Philex exhibition to speaking to the students about the importance of philately. So has always helped and advised and guided us towards success in our profession. And for that we are grateful and deeply appreciate. What made Sir, even after leaving school, to come back and closely associate with the club? Because I can remember, sir, like
Yeah.
every year you come to Jaja, like exhibition, everything. I mean, practically I've seen you every year in the Philex exhibition. You and Mr. Ravi Ratnapala.
Actually, I used to come and visit all the exhibitions that was organized by the school at the Lionel Bent, at the art gallery, and so forth. So the original exhibitions were held within the school itself, and then later on it was moved out. So that association was there. But then later on, after some time, when my son also got involved, so he was more visible, and then there was an invitation to come and help with the judging. So I got some outside judges as well. And so over a period of time, a very, very, very close association built up because most of the student chairmans, like, I mean, they were all, one after the other, they became friends and they kept on requesting. It was a pleasure to be back. Because as of today, like, I mean, it's nearly 46 years since I joined the club.
Yes, I can remember even when we spoke to the Shamilai about like a previous
Yes,
project also, his first recommendation to talk about Royal Philately was, I think you,
So
I think we go
way
way back.
yes.
So,
And it's definitely a pleasure to be
Yeah.
helping you all and helping the young people.
And back to Mr. Sanath Rohana. So as you have designed over 160 stamps and being an experienced veteran in the philatelic arena, you might have gotten the opportunity to personally associate with some prominent royalists as well. Please explain to us about some great royalists commemorated through stamps.
Yes, actually, it's my 40th year. In 1982, my first stamp issued. This year, completing 40 years of my scout design, stamp designing career. And actually, I want to mention, especially, I am very fond of with the Royal Philatelic Club because of there's some significant characters, especially Mr. Nalin Patikirikoral, veteran philatelist as well as royalist, and who always behind with me too. And actually, it's a very friendly atmosphere created by especially Mr. Jayanto Soisa's era, President Jayanto Soisa's school president, student president, and Mrs. Jayasuriya. We were together work, I think, over 4 months to get a success Diamond Jubilee stamp exhibition. Especially, I involved to get the design layouts and for the Royal Philatelic souvenir magazine also. And in this year, we produce special poster. It's depicting royalist, especially philately stamps on royalist poster. It's a good survey. I remember so many out of philatelists helped me to find out to fulfill uh, this task because it shows success, and we publish small uh, booklets also. Each page separate for the each stamp. So then, especially Anagaraka Dharmpala, John Kotalawala, this kind of personalities, those who are royalists is exposed through this venture, this poster and booklet, and even we uh, publish, I think, good folder. Actually, folder and special first day cover, and especially I forgot to mention not only Philatelic Club logo, I specially designed diamond shape, diamond jubilee
Translation.
logo crest for the your royalist philatelic stamp exhibition. So then those are my still memories. But actually those days, unfortunately, I couldn't meet Mr. Ranatunga, Mr.Dharshana. And by the way, he is a very good friend of my philatelic career with the Sri Lanka Philatelic Society as well as Scout Association. He is a scout, president scout. I am also president scout, and we will work together. But after the Royal Philatelic Club activities, we work together from 2007 July 7. It's that the special date depict 777. 2007 July 7. So that day we establish Sri Lanka Scouts and Guide Philatelic Society. He is the founder president. I am the founder secretary. We work together with the fellowship of Royal Philatelists and Scout Carrier, and as well as other general philatelic as a philatelic hobby philatelist. So then those things, actually today also we got the opportunity with jointly face to you with giving my views and exchange our knowledge about the philatelic. I wish to the philatelic club of Royal College, it's a good exemplary club. Your responsibilities, you have to give this message among the all island-wide other school philatelic clubs. I think one day if you can have one common workshop or arena or some seminar, annual event, it's a good help for the future of the Sri Lanka philatelic.
And since you mentioned you have designed like over 150 stamps and like few of them are for like past royalists. We have actually designed a calendar this year including all the stamps of like royalists. So I think one of our club members have presented this to you. We are very thoughts about that calendar that we have published.
Yeah, it's a good initiative, and actually if you have I think it's the first time you did the calendar.
Time that we have printed the calendar.
I wish you to get a success to continue this year, and especially you can use some background illustration to give opportunity to your philatelic club members, those who have some artistic talent, to get the background sketches for the instead of that photograph. And as a first attempt, it's good, but I think I will definitely help with you. I work with you to enhance uplift this quality of the desk calendar in future.
So, for the 2023 calendar, we will be surely getting your advice and guidance to get the 2023 calendar done. And back to you, Mr. Ranatunga. And as I mentioned, Earlier, being closely associated with the clubs, you might know some interesting and unknown facts about history. Our club. Please be kind enough to explain few of them to us.
All right. So I think you would know that the club was started by Mr. Jayawardena,
Yes.
then the Royal Junior School principal. He started it as a thing to keep his class students occupied. So that was his number one objective. And later on, it was expanded into to the school. And that time he has got the help of one Mr. Halpe. And I got to know about this separately because he's a scout leader and an assistant district commissioner who was involved in with the Colombo district scout branch. He was the one who did the first Colombo camporee, and while I was doing research on him, I read an article by Mr. Jayawardhan, a notice where he talks about Mr. Halpe, and then I figured out that they were instrumental in getting this thing really running. Then further on, then of course the exhibitions itself. Then in 1982, there was the National Stamp Exhibition, and we had an exhibit from Royal College at the exhibition, and which was awarded the bronze medal. I think that's the first time the college itself has won something for philately at national level. So that's another memorable incident. Of course, there were all this was possible because there was committed teachers. There was Mr. Kanangara and Mr. Karunaratna for that. They were actually so dedicated and guided us on a continuous basis, and with the help of the senior, like it's a continuous process. Like I mean, the senior old boys keep on helping the juniors. So like I mean, my mentor at that time in school was Mr. Mahinda Ambehara. He is now a lawyer. So quite a memorable journey within the working with the club.
You said the Philatelist Club was started during Mr. Jayawardana's time, right?
Yes.
And you also joined the club back when you were principal.
Principal. At that time, when he started, he was a class teacher. He was one of the teachers in the school, and then later on, he became the principal. And during his tenure, we had a museum in college that was housed where the current Royal College Blue and Gold shop piece.
Where the archives is.
Yes, and it had a beautiful collection of stamps, coins, stuffed animals, historic artifacts, and Mr. Jayawardana's personal collection of stamps as well. But unfortunately, none of it is there anymore, and that's a bit of a sad story.
And back to you, sir. And finally, sir, in your words, how do you think us as the Royal College Philatelic Club and as students can help to safeguard and improve the art of philately, not only in Sri Lanka but in the whole world?
Yeah, especially I think you can find out the time by time worldwide stamp exhibitions they announce it, and they are having some stamp design contest also, especially Korea, Japan, Singapore, like that. So then my request is you may search through there's a good opportunity, not only those our school days, this through the internet you can find out this kind of opportunities. So then your boys can participate to this kind of contest, philatelic stamp designing contest, and there's a philatelic exhibition. So I know you are giving good role of to participate each year for the Postal Department, Sri Lanka Philatelic Bureau annual exhibitions. But beyond that, you may reach international stamp exhibition. So that's my request. And other thing is you always get a close contacts with the like Mr.Dharshana Ranatunga, Mr. Nalin Patikora Korala. So there's a Mr. Ratnapala. There's a good fond of a lot of veteran philatelists. Uh, yeah, those are all royalists. So then get associate with them, and also searching international events, take part, because before the attempt to the drawing and these things, if you invite me, I'll come and help you to get the success of this challenge.
Thank you very much, sir. And back to Mr. Darshan. Aside from philately, what were some moments that you managed to garner as a student in Royal College that you still reminisce and cherish?
Apart from philately,
Apart
is it
from
Sanuka?
philately,
Yeah.
like what you got from Royal College, like as a royalist.
Yeah, like I was a scout, so
Yes.
the experience.
You both have that in common, right, sir?
Yes, so that was a great experience. Then, of course, we used to swim, and then as junior students, we used to take part in sports. But the most important thing was that, like, we had a lot of classmates who were cross-section, who came from cross-section of the country, like, from the most well-known people's children to the average working class person, and from different ethnic backgrounds as well. So I think what the biggest contribution I got from school was the ability to associate with anybody and respect others. So I think that's what I would also leave with you, because whether it's a club, society, or even in the classroom, we were all one. I mean, so it was a different, yeah.
Yes, another question aside from that, sir, like I would like to ask you from both of you. Let's say a young boy wants to start philately as a hobby. What's the best advice that you would give him? Like,
do it for the fun of it.
yeah.
Do it to enjoy, to learn. So learning will automatically come, but do it, and then because now during the COVID lockdown, I mean, you had your collection, so you could go back to it. You could spend some time with it. So instead of just being bored and being really sulking, you had something to work on. So philately is one hobby where you can meet a lot of people, both locally and internationally. I could remember as a student, I used to have pen friends abroad. We used to write to each other. We had never seen them. So we exchanged stamps, we exchanged letters. Even today, like, I mean, most of the stamps I get, it's on an exchange basis. So you write to them and then you give them something in return. So that used to happen at the club itself. Like, I mean, we used to bring our extras and we used to exchange it during our club meetings. So it was a very, very cordial relationship that.
And it's a good enthusiasm to hunting the collecting stamps, to meet some government officers. You know, they can, if those who like to collect the stamp, not only wait for few letters to come to your home. You have to go some further, some institution, those places having daily big mail. So then you can get a friendly with some minor staff or some office staff members, and like that. As he said, with a pen, you know, nowadays you can use your phone and you can social media. You can gather good collectors gathering. So these are, and even your family members, your relations, you can say, please give me your waste stamp envelope covers and like this. So, and it's a good lesson for to search and explore the world.
Yeah.
Stamp is it's give a good message. Small tiny stamp piece. It's like it's collected like encyclopedia. Even country names. Those days, some countries.
Each year, if you select one district and one school and go there, have a seminar and have a small workshop, give them some stamps and establish. I think that would be a great initiative, because I think there'll be a lot of teachers who have come from rural schools or whatever they used to teach at Royal, so they will have connections with those schools,
And also,
and they could
yeah.
easily put you in touch, and that will be a good.
And you can touch with the Sri Lankan youth and children newspapers like Mihira, Vijaya, and a lot of even some main weekend papers and main newspapers. There's a small children corner supplements also. So then you can encourage to your members to start a writing articles on philately. You know, this
Yeah,
time,
that's a
yeah,
very good resolution.
yes. Ah. And I remember Mr. Francis P.
Gunasekara.
Gunasekara. He is a live wire. Or we collect all gathering to the Lankadeepa, Muddara Mihira and Daily News, every paper. But the single man did that such a thing. You can get an example. You all share your, it's a good opportunity to brush up your writing skills also. As a journalist, you can be a philatelic journalist. So then, especially for your question, how to develop among the rural areas, main, you can see the Mihira newspaper, there's a 3 questions every week. They are publishing through the some commercial purposes with the Virodhara or some book publishers giving some gift for these 3 questions. Like this, even you can write about some stamps and philately. Those are the opportunities you have to touch, because there's a vacant good philatelic journalists, article writers. So that task you can fulfill through your club.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. And as since like philately is like now mostly we use electronic media to like transfer messages and things like that. Since philately is like a dying hobby, what do you think is the best option for us to like keep the hobby and like philately alive?
It is not a dying hobby. It is not dying hobby. Of course, young people are being introduced to it, and then they're taking it up. I mean, I've seen the numbers growing at the Royal Felix exhibition or whatever it is, and yet the mail is yet in use. So although it has taken different forms, like you will find meter mail and digitalized stamps becoming more and more popular, but then those also become collectibles. And so what one thing that I would like to actually see is in terms of the club itself, is that senior children like you or the committee members actually taking part and exhibiting a little bit more. You'll do it at a young age and the middle school, but it's declining during when you go on to the upper class because of tuition and things like that. But you could make it part of your study and like actually do that, and that's what I would like to see. And I think it's becoming it's a more old people's hobby, as somebody says, but it's becoming younger people's hobby as well. So I see a lot more young people taking up the hobby.
So what about your thoughts on that? About philately as a dying hobby, or like how?
No, it's like it's not, as he said, it's not a dying hobby. Yeah, it's a live, but only thing is we need publicity.
Yes.
We can talk, one overnight. Some singers are, like TikTok and whatever, anything, dancing, music. These are getting faster popular. But for that task, that space, we can have to go and crash through the philately. That's the thing. If you can have a stamp and with some saying or whatever thing, with use social media, so then definitely it's maybe as famous saying, king of the hobbies, hobbies of the king. You can all be a king of the stamp collectors through this hobby.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. And this is a question aside from philately. So, as both of you all do scouting, like it's something common that both of you all have. What are some like experiences and like something that you have achieved through scouting, and like what have you obtained through this scouting?
Scouting is one of the best youth movements in the world. It has over 60 million scouts one time or the other, and then so it teaches you to be a very outdoor person, to be respectful for others, to be spiritual. So it actually helps you to become a good citizen. So,
Yeah.
and you make a lot of friends both locally and internationally. And so whether you are in Colombo and whether you want to go to Jaffna, Batiklo, or Mana,
Even overseas jamboree.
down south, you will have a friend wherever you go if you've done a scouting. And
Even not only island wide, overseas also is a jamboree, because stamps philately is a very close connection with the scouting.
Yeah.
Because I respect, we honor Sir Rowland Hill and Baden Powell as equal characters. Founder of the scouting, Lord Baden Powell, as same as founder of the philately stamps story, founder Sir Rowland Hill. Those two create a good world for the especially youth and like children. So then, even in scouting, we have proficiency badges as a stamp collector, junior cup badge collector, stamp collector, and philatelist. So it's out of cooking, first aid, and pioneering like that. But that stamp collecting also
is part of the
program. Scout proficiency badge scheme. So then, even each